So when they don't let us go up, we go down and we start digging for our clients the way we have over here. You can actually play pickleball here. Like, it's massive, man. You can't really, the video doesn't really show you how big it is, but it's massive. It's huge, guys. These are the kind of properties that our investors, our clients are looking to purchase. We're literally in the basement right now. Look at the height here. Man, this is like massive. It really sets you back, guys, with the snow, the way it snowed over here this year. It says natural gas right there, guys. It says it right there, right? So as you can see, guys, the asphalt shingles have been, for the most part, completed. The client wanted to go with the black shingles. Sometimes, you know, we go with cedar. Sometimes we go with slate. Asphalt being the more economical choice. That's what the client opted for here. Again, you can't really see much of the shingles anyways because the way the roof is designed, going back to the truss and the design. So, I mean, we think personally it looks great. It's a nice black finish. The windows are going to be black as well with a nice black metal frame. Doors also going to be black as well, the front door. And probably a matching garage as well with the black garage as well as what I'm thinking the clients are going to go with. On the top, you'll see that the boys are now finishing up the torching. They have a 3-step process where they put a mat on initially on the flat roof, and then they install 2 layers of the membrane over here, which gets torched down. So they install 1 layer, they torch it down. When they torch it, it kind of melts and embeds with the mat that's on the ground level. Then once this is done, the 1 layer, it comes in a roll. Then they put on the 2nd layer as well to kind of finish off the roof. Sometimes you can go with 4 layers. And it just depends on the client's choice, but minimum we go with 3. For the basement and have a peek now, because in the basement, you guys might have seen the basement, but I don't think we ever walked into the space underneath this floating slab. Can you guys actually take this in? We're literally in the basement right now. Look at the height here. Man, this is like massive. Some houses, even some buildings that we do that are more standard finishes, even their main floor doesn't have this kind of a height. That's the kind of height we're achieving over here. It's just massive. And this opening right over here is going to be where a massive floor-to-ceiling aluminum sliding door is going to be installed. So this is going to form part of potentially a movie theater in the future. So this is it. This is the really nice height we have here. And that's where the water connection is coming from the street level. Sewer and water connections were just connected last week. So now we've got the water line coming in and the sewer line coming in, which we're going to dig and run up to the connection points over there to connect everything so that all the sewage waste for this house runs from the 2nd floor, main floor, basement, all the way. It goes through here and goes to the street. So in case you're ever wondering how, if you're watching this video and you don't know much about construction or how houses are built, the city comes in, they connect the new services from the street to the property line, and then from the property line, it is our responsibility as a contractor or the homeowner run the services from there to inside the home, which is what we've done. And then once it's inside, like you see over here with the water pipe, this is the water supply line, okay? And this is the sewer, basically, okay? We're gonna dig up over here to make sure we keep a slope, and then we're gonna connect everything where we need to connect it, basically, right? So here, there's gonna be a laundry room, so the 1 drain pipe is gonna run over here. One branch is going to run over here. As you guys can see right now, right above us in the ceiling, we ran in the attic all the ductwork that's required for all the furnace and heating and cooling. So this house has 2 furnaces. 1 furnace is going to go up in the attic. We've created a space up there where the furnace is going to be situated. And as you can see, this attic is very tight. It's a very, very, very tight space. So we have to use custom ductwork. And here, look at this. I mean, this is really, this is really high. The doors are going to be custom doors, solid core doors, very high doors, at the maximum height that we can get them at right now. If it's luxury, we got it. If it's standard, we got it. We got you covered in all facets.
That's because Lease says this and Lease says that, but I'm like, no, I gotta take a look.
You gotta double check it, exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. I'm gonna call you soon. I'm just right now.
All right,
Thank
no
you.
problem.
Okay, bye.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, bye.
Thank you, bye. Added a lot of skylights here. So right by the stairs, you'll see we've got 3 skylights right here as part of the design. It gives us a lot of natural light that's going to go and flow down to, in fact, even from the basement level, you'll be able to see this natural light because it's going to be an open staircase. So that looks beautiful and gorgeous. In the closet, we've also got a skylight. Now, a lot of you guys are probably wondering, with the skylight, it's a lot of UV. It's going to damage the clothing, but we've got tinted skylights that kind of prohibits the UV from coming in. It just gives you the natural light without the damaging effects of the UV. All right, guys, we're back at another job site here. Again, significant delays because of the weather, because of the snow. It really sets you back, guys, with the snow, the way it snowed over here this year. Finally, now things are clearing up. We ran out of gas, so the boys are going there to get some gas for the generator. Let's go inside and have a peek. Into this section, this is now the addition, how it looks on the main floor. Massive, really nice high ceilings, 600 square feet. It's going to have big windows in the back. and we're gonna walk over here to the garden suite. So this whole thing was not there, literally, just a little while ago. So we're using this conveyor belt to do all the underpinning. So when they get through stage 1, which you guys saw in the basement is already completed, they're gonna start digging the stage 2, and they're going to use a conveyor belt to push the dirt over here. Well, we thought about it. We're like, okay, we could save on some costs by, instead of hauling the dirt away, we're going to put the dirt over here and then fill this as a backfill. So we're going to use all the dirt from the basement for the underpin to backfill this section over here, as well as backfilling this section over here. It saves the client some cost, and also saves us time of not, waiting for bins to come in and be replaced. We get a lot of requests and a lot of questions about this. Can you put a basement in the garden suite? That's like one of the top asked questions about someone that's looking to build a garden suite. And my answer to that is yes, we can, and yes, we did. We've got a basement over here. So sometimes when you're dealing with the city of Toronto, they're very tight and very specific depending on which area, which neighborhood you're in. Literally, I could be standing in this property and I'm allowed to build a 2-story garden suite, for example. Then I could be across the street and they're not going to allow you to build that 2-story garden suite. There's limitations and height restrictions that they have in place. That's all calculated by the city. Now, my answer to the clients that are always wondering, can I get a 2-story garden suite? Well, most of the times you can. Sometimes when you cannot, we go down, we dig deep, we get you a basement in the garden suite. So when they don't let us go up, we go down and we start digging for our clients the way we have over here. And we've got massive heights over here. This is like a 9.5 feet height in the basement. So it doesn't even feel like a basement. So by adding that extra space in the basement, yes, there's a little bit of a cost. It does cost more than adding another story on top. But the value add that the client's going to get now by having that basement is that they can rent this for a lot more. So definitely the cost outweighs the rental income that this property can generate. Because imagine if you only had this square footage right here, that this is it. This is like a studio. Making this basement now fully accessible, you're adding 2 more bedrooms and a bathroom in the basement. If you are close proximity to, of course, it could be sometimes subways, it could be sometimes transit, public transit. Those key factors play a big role in how fast you can lease out these units and how much you're going to lease them out for. So be very mindful in terms of selecting your property that you're looking for. Don't rush to go buy something just because you see a good price. East York High School over here. There's another public school in the back over there. Then in summertime, they've got this little football field over here. So again, Memorial Stadium, right? You can see the sign here, East York, right? So we're literally 600 meters now, guys, from the 2 bus stops, the 2-3 schools. I see, look right here. We're on Gledhill Park, basically. We're at Gledhill right now, and we're at Gledhill Park. So this is the end user, the client chose this property for their end users that are going to live here. They're going to enjoy this park over here. Those 2 personnel over there, they're here to pick up the garbage. We're here to clean up the site. Gotta love it. Look at that. Sexy because it's clean, it's ready to take in the garbage that we have over here. So let's walk in, let's have a peek. And this is basically spring cleanup. We're in spring, guys. That's what I feel. I feel it's spring. Spring came early. Even though we're getting minus 16 next week, for me, it's, it feels like spring right now. As you can see, the snow is melting. So it's very vital and very critical to clean up as much as you guys can during the time that you get nice weather and nice days like today. So look over here, right? All this garbage had been piling during the course of all the snowstorms that were coming back to back to back. So we're going to get rid of all of this garbage over here. We're going to get rid of all the garbage over on this side as well. We're going to have these boys sweep inside as well, clean everything up nicely inside as well. So that's all happening right now. I'll show you guys something in the back, by the way, that you guys haven't seen since the last time we were here. So the back, the garden suite now, guys, has been poured. Finally, the weather was nice last week, so we poured the garden suite. We've kind of covered the garden suite with insulation, right? We've covered it with insulation, and we've covered it with insulated tarps to make sure that everything stays warm and everything stays nice and it cures really nicely. People ask the question, okay, like in terms of the concrete and putting concrete in the winter. Can you pour concrete in the winter? Can you do construction in the winter? Yes, you can. We've over-engineered the slab to be 32 MPa. The higher the number, the stronger. The lower the number, the weaker. So for example, for something like this, this isn't really structural. It's just a slab. It's like basically like a sidewalk. That's what they would use, a 20 MPa here. So typically you'd use a 20 MPa here, what they would use on a sidewalk, but we've upgraded to a 32 MPa, basically. For structural stuff like foundation walls, it's a lot stronger. You can also use 32 MPa on driveways, which I have in the past, heated driveways, so that way it's very strong. And if you've got cars coming in and out, you're not going to get any cracking. We always go with 32 MPa for even driveways, even though it's not required. We've added the antifreeze, we've added the accelerator. These are all things that help with curing the concrete, and also we've gone with a 32 MPa, which is a stronger, harder concrete. Certain things like this 32 MPa upgrade, accelerator, and all these things that we did over here. Accelerator is pretty normal for clients, but the 32 MPa upgrade, the client was given a free upgrade because of our relationship with the supplier, and this is a small space. We're hoping to finish this garden suite no later than 14 working days. That's what we need here, 14 working days, guys, to finish the framing of the entire garden suite once the surveys are good and once, of course, we get good weather, Mother Nature. Now let's go inside and have a peek. Here, the basement's gonna have its own steps for the walkout. The way the end user is gonna access the unit in the basement is by this entrance over here to get to the basement. This is the only entrance into the basement that the tenant is gonna use to go access their unit over here. The main floor has access from the front, but we're gonna go in from here right now. We were just on the main floor, we're on the second floor now. This is the old building, we've been here before. You can see, right? This is where the bricks kind of taper off right over here. Everything back here is the old building, old structure, but it's been reinforced, re-engineered to handle the strength to add the extra floor on top. This was only a 2-story building before. We're converting it to a 3-story with an addition. Now, here you've got all brand new joists that are being ran. We've added some more structural reinforcements. We've added some point loads. We're gonna add some metal columns. We've added some LVLs over here to kind of carry all that load, you know, all the way across and down. You can actually play pickleball here. Like, it's massive, man. You can't really, the video doesn't really show you how big it is, but it's massive. It's huge, guys. And this is what plexcon does. We create spaces that are real living spaces where your families can live in the future. We're building the homes of the future. And here we've got the controversial natural gas heater, which is natural gas from the factory, but we've had a lot of controversy about people telling us about this heater, and we can't use this heater with natural gas, but this is designed from the factory, supposed to be used with natural gas, not with propane. It says natural gas right there, guys. It says it right there, right? So it's not that it's converted, it's a natural gas heater. We just removed the safety plywood that we had by this window because the roofers are on their way right now. They're gonna do all the flat roof here, and then we're gonna cordon this off to ensure that it complies with any safety regulations. Massive, I mean, look at it, guys. I mean, we're waiting for the roofer. You can see some water coming down, but that's fine. It's not gonna cause any damage in the short term. Whatever water you see there, it's perfectly fine. And a lot of times you guys wonder, right? People ask this question. I've been asked this question actually, where is this gonna damage my wood? Is this gonna damage the whole structure? Is this gonna cause the wood to rot? Well, I mean, it will on a long-term basis. If you keep this the way it is and don't install a roof and let it sit there for a year, maybe less, yes, that's gonna be not a good thing. But this is just a one-off situation where we have water coming down here, and it's not gonna, this is all treated. All this plywood is treated, and it's okay to kind of handle a little bit of that water. It's okay. This is Glen Hill Park. You'll notice around us how safe this neighborhood is because people have left their own personal toys here. I'm not gonna kick this, but people have left their own toys in this park, left unattended. They've even got a lost and found board over there if, you know, something goes missing. So it's a really tight-knit community. If you go around here, look, you've got this little, you know, basketball court there. You've got this little, you know, dump truck here. You've got some more toys for the kids over there. All around. That's a testament of this neighborhood being very safe, very family-oriented. And these are the kind of properties that our investors, our clients are looking to purchase in these kind of neighborhoods where you can put a nice multiplex, create real living spaces for families with small kids or new, young, upcoming families. So as I was saying earlier, guys, they've even got their own Facebook group called Friends of Glen Hill Park, where they've kind of created a Facebook group, and, you know, there's discussions with families, and, you know, why wouldn't you want to live in this neighborhood? Why wouldn't you want to live in one of the multiplexes that plexcon is building?